Welcome back. The body count increases by another 4 following a bloody 12 hours here in the capital that's left emotions running high in one community. With the story, we go to our BJ McDermott.
Grief and anger filled relatives and residents of White's Addition abandoned everything and flooded the area. Some still in pajamas after the repeated sounds of gunshots ended with 2 of their own dead and 1 wounded. Filling in the media with what preliminary investigations has so far revealed was Press Liaison Officer Superintendent Shanton Knowles.
What we got so far is that around that time 2 vehicles were in this area and there was an exchange of gunshots between those 2 vehicles, resulting in the injuries and the death that we see here this morning. Of course, I think you would understand and you can appreciate the fact that we are very early in this investigation and we are working to see what other information we can get that can assist us in identifying those persons in the 2 vehicles. We need to identify the vehicles and those who were a part of those in those vehicles.
The wounded man is said to be in stable condition.
We need your help. We need the help from the people in the community. We need the help of mothers. We are burying our young men. And we need to find ways to encourage young people to resolve their conflicts without resorting to violence. We need to find ways to encourage young men not to get involved in gang violence, in criminal activities. I think that's the message that we're trying to get out, and that's the help what we need in the community.
This morning's tragedy has also found police issuing this appeal to those using social media to create added fear and panic.
We want to encourage those who are using social media to be concerned, be professional, be aware of what they're doing. Do not spread information that is false. Wait for the proper authorities to give the information because it is causing fear in our communities.
Reporting for JCN News, I'm Bethany McDermott.
The Kemp Road homicides reigniting concerns about safety and police presence in the area, with some residents dismissing the argument for increased patrols and instead stressing the need for the police to simply do their job.
I ain't never say they should have increased their presence around here, but because what happened last night, they should have been present here. They shouldn't have sleep. They shouldn't have went. You didn't. They know about the shooting that happened around the corner and still didn't do no justice around there.
Residents also feel a lack of empathy from police.
I don't think so, because if it wasn't people from Camp Road, I bet you if it was someone else that was coming through Camp Road knocking down everybody's door.
Senior officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, along with the Bahamas Christian Council, conducting a walkabout in White's Addition Camp Road today following that double homicide. According to Police Commissioner Anthony Ferguson, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is in control of criminal activity in New Providence.
When things like this happen, it increases the fear. So no matter what happened before this incident, people are worried. We're about to leave here and go and pray at the dock. And that's a place where people frequent. One of our pastors said he was there the night before, just having a piece of fish. And if this can be the way an evening can end, there's a fear.
Commissioner Ferguson stressing that the Royal Bahamas Police Force has these 2 incidents under control. Now, for those residents who called for police presence to be beefed up in the area, Commissioner Ferguson said adequate police are distributed through the island.
Members of the public need not fear. There's only one Royal Bahamas Police Force, despite the fact that you may have persons from social media, and that is a habit that we picked up over the years. In recent years, where as soon as somebody is injured, it's a very nasty habit of persons pointing a camera on persons lying in the road and then sending it viral and then adding voice to it. I think the Bahamian people need to be very aware of those things because it's unfair in the community.
Commissioner Ferguson stressing that the Royal Bahamas Police Force has these 2 incidents under control. Now, for those residents who called for police presence to be beefed up in the area, Commissioner Ferguson said adequate police are distributed through the island.
Whether it's this location, other location, police officers in great numbers were out last night. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to interdict some things, but you have to keep working with it. It's a partnership. It goes along with members of the community. When you see things, you need to you need to report it, whether it's anonymously or not. We have the means and the mechanism to deal with it.
Christian Council President Bishop Delton Fernandez said the council was present to pray with some of the residents following this morning's incident, adding that the council is concerned with the recent spree in criminal activity. He added that he thinks Bahamians fear crime because of these incidents. Now, according to the police commissioner, a team has been assembled to investigate certain individuals to be successful in weeding out the criminal element in the country. Well, hours earlier, blood splattered the entry of a popular hangout on Potters Key Dock where two men lay dead. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Paul Roll telling reporters on the scene that officers got the call around 8 p.m.
The officers assigned to the Potters Key Dock area heard those shots and immediately responded to the eatery where they met two adult males suffering from apparent gunshot injuries to the upper body. EMS responded to the scene and announced both of these men as deceased. The assailants, after the shooting, left heading in a southern direction off the Potters Key Dock and disappeared in the crowd that had assembled shortly after the shooting.
Now, as some of you may recall, this is not the first such incident on Potters Key. However, the acting deputy commissioner declined to say whether there'd be an increase in police patrols in the area. What he did stress is the dock is not considered a crime hotspot.
This is a place where people come to enjoy themselves, and we want everybody to be safe and to feel free to move about and enjoy themselves. We will do what it takes to make sure as much as possible that people are safe.
No motive for the Potters Key fatal shooting has been determined. Well, business at the Potters Key Dock taking another blow following last night's double homicide, but vendors there are assuring the public that the dock is just as safe as anywhere else here in the capital.
First of all, the shooting last night here on Potters Key Dock, I'm not going to use that as a scenario because we're having crime all over the Bahamas. I think that people are just having a problem resolving conflict. There's something going on with the men of today, how they resolve conflict. But it is disturbing here. I think if we had electricity where we could have cameras, I think it would be sort of a deterrent because then the perpetrators would know that they would be caught. The vendors are concerned, and we are hopeful that the minister will look at all of these concerns that we have and address the situation. But crime is affecting all over the Bahamas, not just here on Potters Key Dock.
I have the joy of feeling safe when you see more policing around. I just feel like they really need to analyze how they're dealing with our customers that come here, because for one, majority of persons who you see is still gonna come in with policing in place. You know that they're just Potters Key where customers that are coming here to patronize, but we too just have to feel the pressure of the wrongdoings what others are out there doing and bringing in, you know. And I really, really wish that people would understand something here, that the image, it's not what they're saying, that Potters Key is this bad place of crimes. This is just a place like any other place in Nassau.
On the other hand, there's still the belief that policing in the area needs to be beefed up.
You need more security system on this Potters Key Dock. Officers them who are serious about their job. You got a majority, like I said, big and loud. All they walk, hang up around this dock here, up and down, hustling out of stores and waiting for a monthly payment.
I think they're trying their best, but they can do better. I think we do need more police presence here on Potters Key Dock, yes.
Persons out there are having altercations and they catch up with each other, it just goes down. And I hope to God that our country, our policing, our government, our people can start to pull together to try and make things better, you know, because it's really getting scary.
Presidents of the Bahama Dock Allied Venue Vendors Association and the Potters Key Dock Association revealed to our news team that they've since spoken to the Minister of National Security and are currently working on the way forward. Meantime, Island Delight has since issued a statement expressing its sincere condolences and prayers to the families of both victims last night, coupled with the assurance that it is working with the police on the matter. Consequently, the business will remain closed until the police issues the all clear. Management also stressing that the establishment is a well-respected and peaceful one, and that an incident on such a scale as last night's is rare. Still on crime news, a man's left nursing wounds following yet another shooting late last night, this one on Anderson Street. Police say the victim was sitting outside a home in that area when the two gunmen approached him, demanded cash, and then shot him before hopping into a white car and speeding off. The injured is said to be in stable condition. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.